Hi, welcome to my one-man assembly line, which this isn't actually that. I did have two different people help me with these, but when I saw the juxtapose and the designer vinyl and adults started buying bullshit like this, I thought, what could I make? So I came up with a template for like a cookie cutter design. It's a cookie cutter design doll. It could have no ears, it could have long ears, it could have short ears. I could just decide, like, have patterns made and then cut. Anybody could cut the patterns, you know, from fabric, because I had all the stuff. I just went to the fabric place, you know, like those big fabric supply stores, and I got all this weird stuff like you'll see in this video, or stuff that was cheap. And then this is just a piece of foam board that they sell for like 50 cents at an art supply store. And I guess, I don't know what people do with it, like they cut it out and make it in shapes or something like that. But it's just like these sheets of foam in every color you could think of. So I was just trying to be opportunistic. Again, I was like, I can use those foam sheets. I'll pop doll eyes, which then I started buying doll eyes from the art supply store. They have in the craft section where like people that make dolls and stuff, they have doll eyes. So I just look for ones that look realistic, because eyes are the windows to the soul. So if you want to have people buy stuff, which you'll see, I know that I managed to get eyes right to at least make it appealing, because I sold all these. And I think like when I got tired of making them and selling them, and I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I think I gave like the last 5 or 11 even, or something like that. I just gave them away to some kind of charity auction for art school that's probably already fucking closed. They probably didn't even save it. But I just like, I did that. I forget why. So I guess I just, but anyway, I'll show you more. So yeah, this is just like a sheet of foam. So I would make the gingerbread man template that was hollow, have it turned inside out, have somebody sew it on a sewing machine, which is really quick. I mean, I could do it too, but I was cutting somebody in on this, so they were just running them through because there was nothing to them because they could sew. So we made some money, and this is just like I said, it's just like a sheet of foam that they sell at the art supply store. They come in all different colors, as you will see. I would slit it with an X-Acto blade and then just push the eye in there. Then I would glue the back side of this, and then pop on the bottom and the top, and then glue the eye and push it in and hold it in place, which took like 2 seconds, and it would stay there. And boom, that's the eye. I mean, there's more detailed ones. And then you fill it with foam and stuff it, you know. And then I would just draw that. I think I just drew that with a fucking ballpoint pen. And then I would push, I had like a little round nub, and I would push that through from the other side to make the nose dent. And then I would put a little crazy glue on the back side and pinch it, and it would make the nose. See what I mean? Like, I just wanted to make it as simple as possible. Okay, so this one's sideways, but you see the eyes. So anyway, I think these are like, there's no way they're over 12 inches tall probably, because of mailing them, because of economy, because of just because of all the things, like I can't remember now, but that I wanted to account for to make them cheap. See, these were eyes I probably pulled out of something, because they're different than the eyes you saw before, like eyes from a doll in the garbage or a thrift store or something like that, and then put them in this thing. The other thing I didn't mention is a lot of these have wire inside, because I figured out how easy it was. I just, you know, like when you make a little figure out of pipe cleaners. Well, I just had this wire, and I would make I'd make a wire skeleton, and then put that inside so that you could pose them. And you'll see some of them are posable. There's a close-up of that. I don't even think it was dry. It was like wet paint there or something. But it's really easy. All I did was put a wash of pink. So I would get the flesh color. These are like, it doesn't show because it's washed out sort of. But this is like a flesh colored tones of this foam, like craft foam that they like teachers use or whatever the hell it's for. And then I would cut it with a blade, pop the eyeball in, glue the back, make the little nose dent, and then draw the mouth. But some of the mouths have, you know, get more interesting. So I think it's the same one, just different light. So see, you see it's all the same basic gingerbread man doll template. But then it had different kinds of ears. Like the other one had like a conical witch's hat, and this one has bear ears, and the other one had rabbit ears. You'll see them all together, and I can point that out. And this one I just tried out. I was like, how can I economize even further? Can I get away with those just cheap Google eyes? I wanted to make a Google eye one. So I just got those like 99 cents, where you get like a bag of like 100 pairs of eyes, 99 cents or whatever it is. You can get those at the Chinese slave labor dollar stores. But they worked. It just, this one you shake it and his eyes go googly. But it should have had a better expression. But again, this is just me Can I sell these? Yeah, every one. Like I said, except for the ones where I just said, there's a point where I was being like harassed. So I was like, I'm not doing this anymore, selling these stupid dolls. I'm not even going to get into that. That wasn't a copyright thing. It was just, forget it. But anyway, so yeah, if I ever wanted to do them again for bucks, I could. I'm going to show you in another video that I still have some of the faces and template parts and stuff for, like, I was like, oh, I still have stuff for this in my junk. So I'll bring it out and show you. But not in this video, which I guess I should have done it in this video, but I'll just make it its own whole own video. I'll make like a parts video. Yeah. See, yeah, that one has like doll eyes. Yep, there's a lot of these. I'm going to start moving quicker because I know what's in here, and there's a whole bunch more. Yeah, see, that's when I started getting like, okay, I'll put a mouth on there. So that one has like a Ninja Turtles mouth, a mouth like nobody has, an expression like nobody makes or nobody ever made ever, only when they're imitating a Ninja Turtle or a fake cartoon character. Yeah, that one. See, it's just the same gingerbread body. It's the same pattern, but there's like a couple different tops. And the same hole that gets cut in the face. And, you know, you could tell that they're kind of like, this doesn't look so great around here. But, you know, I'm not supposed to point that shit out. But since this is a dead project for me, I don't care about pointing it out. You might have noticed it too. So you see how I was trying to ride that wave of all the stuff that was coming. I was noticing all these things where it's, oh, it's a little animal with like a human face coming through. And it's still around. It's everywhere still. But I was kind of early on the wave, and I sold all these. People own them. They're somewhere out in the world. I hope they're still together. Some of them were gifts. I made so many of these things. Some of them I made just wholly myself, sewing them by hand. I can do that. Yeah, not because I'm not a woman, because shouldn't you know how to do stitches? I mean, if you ever need to. But if nobody else there to do them. And it's also really cool. I bet it's a thing that women like, a man that can do stitches on himself and does it. It's probably a turn on for women. Yeah, here's another one, just different colors, whatever fabrics I can get. Now I was experimenting with different faces. This is felt. This is a felt face. And I cut the fabric here, I cut the felt, and then I tucked it in and crazy glued it shut, so it gave him a little mouth with a lip. And then these are Google eyes, 99-cent Google eyes, you know, 99-cent for a whole bag. And I just put glue around the Google eyes and then popped them into the felt and pressed it there till it dried. And there you go, same thing. Again, this one, another one with a felt face, another one with Google eyes. And this one I was just trying different stuff out. This was a dog nose. I got like a bag of dog noses from clearance on a craft supply store. These are beads. Beads that I put, this is like a piece of foam. I cut it for the eyeballs like I said before. These were, again, I got a bag, I was trying stuff out. I got a bag of like owl eyes or cat eyes or whatever it's supposed to be. I think they're called cat eyes. And then I started putting freckles on. See, I'm getting more creative with it. It's almost like a progression. And then I was like, I'll put a ribbon on them. I'll dress this one up. So there's more. See, that's the face. Those are just little beads. I have them, they're secured in there well, but I forget what I did, so I can't tell you. I think they're strung beads. They're strung beads strung next to each other, and then there's like a whole little thing glued in the back, like pasted together, like a piece of foam pasted one to the other, so that, you know, you could have it and keep it and won't just fall apart on you. And then there's better resolution. These are just like, it was like a bag of dog noses. And there it is again, same one. There, I made that one. I started selling these around Easter. I made a bunch of Easter bunny ones, a bunch of weird Mark Ryden, creepy outsider, lowbrow, juxtaposed magazine, highfructose.com bullshit. Pop, vinyl, sweaty frog, whatever, all those things. You know what I'm talking about. This one I just tried 2 different eye colors. Hey. Oh, I think I have to do another video. I think I actually have 1 or 2 of these actual physical things. I have a rabbit one somewhere. I'll have to just show it. Okay, so there's this another one. There, I just painted a mouth on. Not the best photo. They look stoned or high or something. They look evil, malevolent. I don't know. I wouldn't want to hang out with something like this. Yuck. Yeah, look at that one. Albino. He's got albino eyes. I just started experimenting with different eyes once I started selling. I tried to pitch them to one of these companies like Strange Co or something, and then they went out of business. I don't know if they would have liked it anyway. But it was really simple. I told you what the process was. Don't do my thing. Invent something else and make a go of it if you want to invest the time. For me, most of the work was just making these faces. You know, it was just like I could do whatever I want, listen to my music, my tunes. I could be someplace else. I could be at home. I could cut, you know, I could cut stuff out, cut the fabric, cut the patterns, do faces, whatever part of the process I want to work on. And then I did have help sewing them. I had 2 different people at 2 different times helping me sew them. Not all of them, but just like sometimes. Mostly it was just, I was like, it's better than going to work. And I thought, I guess I just wanted to be a huckster. Like, what's a thing that I can make that could be a product, and I'll just let her rip, and then the product gets made, and I can have quality control and have it be simple. See, I'm just getting creative, trying not to. These are the ones with wire. You can see how it's bent. I started posing them to show that, you know, that they actually were posable. This one was kind of a failed experiment. I sold it though, so who cares? I sold it. I made a dog face one with the nose, and I used a different way to do the eyes. I'm like, I'm just gonna put some of those eyes on top, you know, like stuffed animals. Like I would pull the eyes of the stuffed animals that were basically exactly this, just a black and brown iris and all that. And then, you know, same thing. More of the same. Same. Yeah, I don't know if I have a lot else to say. I'm just trying to get, I know I have like group shots. Yeah. So there's like, I guess they have to be bigger than 12 inches. I'm looking at scale. Yeah, so they're, I don't know, they look like maybe like 18 inches maybe. I don't know. I'll have to, well, I have some physically still. I know I do. So I'm going to have to grab them. I'll know how tall they are. But anyway, yeah, see there's a pile of them ready to go. I think I have photos in here of them getting bagged up and stuff. I would just put them in these like plastic bags. Not Ziplocs. It was just, I don't know what to say. I was like, oh, those are the right kind of bags. Got a deal on them. Grabbed those. I didn't always use them, but it was nice to have them. Until they ran out. Yeah, it's just all different variations on themes. Those are just those cheap Google eyes. It's just a piece of foam. They're probably the same pieces of foam at the 99-cent store for the faces. But you see how I turn into a 3D object? It's touchable. It looks like skin, like when you're in person with it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the face painting on that one's good. See, I like make different, bigger mouths. Just I was experimenting. I had the same egg-shaped face thing that I always used, but I wanted them all to be like one of a kind. So, oh, I guess I do have some. There's a sculpture. I would do these too. I would just do these little sculptures. I'll just sculpt a little man, cook it, add some coloring, like add nose, add mouth, fingers, and then just glue some kind of hair. I would make these little cut round pieces of hair, see, and make these little things, these little elves or fairies or whatever. Oh, okay, on eBay, one of a kind artist thing, and I sold them. It was a way to get by. Just look how easy they do. I mean, it's lame and it's definitely not masculine, but I was a huckster. I wanted to sell. I don't know what the hell was going through my mind for years. It's only now that I'm different, like I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I was like the freaking real life workaholics, just me. I was trying to just always scam something. Like, yeah, this is a scam, this is the thing I'll do. It was always a lot of hard work. But I liked the work, so I guess it didn't matter. I sold a lot of ones like this. I didn't realize I had so much of this kind of stuff in here. Yeah, there's just like some little gerbil thing with a, I don't know, was it like a Guy Fieri? He didn't even exist when I made that, but it looks like him. You can see the eyes. Those are doll eyes. Whoa. Yeah, so it's just more of the same. But what else could I say about this? I had a little tag. I had a cut piece of fabric that I would hand make a tag that said, I made them, and if somebody else helped sew them, wait, I gotta go back. If somebody else helped sew them, then I would say that too. I made some that didn't have mouths. See these two here? It just has eyes. I sold them. And there's the bags. See that? And like there's 2 examples of the bags. I think there was 2 I sold and I put them in the same bag. And then here I am, they're doing them all. getting them ready to go. I don't know why I had that one's face covered or something. For some reason. Oh, I guess that's it. I came to the end of the slideshow. And I think that'll be the end of the episodes. Thanks for sticking around this long. Yeah, I don't do this anymore. But it got me by. I was like, God, this isn't going to cost much of an investment. Sometimes I would do stuff that didn't cost me anything at all. I was like, I'll just see if I can put these things together and sell a thing. Like repainting a sculpture or somebody else's thing, or just putting eyeballs on an interesting object. But it's not a ripoff if people like it. The only thing that I have a problem with is, like, nobody should keep collecting little things like this. It's stupid. Like, having one and giving to somebody as a meaningful gift is, like, meaningful, but they're little demonic, little monster, little imps. They look like evil. They're bad. And they're little stoner demons or something. I don't know, whatever. They're even red. Anyway, that's episode.